got a lineup of dirt cheap processors, all of them costing less than $20. Some of these chips were budget options even when they were new, while others once powered office PCs more than a decade ago. But here's the big question. Can any of them actually run Fortnite in 2025? From dual-core dinosaurs to old Xeons that just refuse to die, today we're going to find out which of these under $20 CPUs can survive the ultimate test. Dropping into Fortnite and trying not to crash before the first fight. Testing CPUs under $20 in Fortnite actually makes sense. The game is well optimized, so it's a great way to see how much performance you can squeeze out of old hardware. If a cheap chip can handle Fortnite, chances are it can run other esports titles too. It's also perfect for budget builders or students who just want smooth gameplay without spending big. And honestly, it's fun to see how those old legends, like the Pentium or Xeon, hold up today. There's this mix of nostalgia and curiosity that makes the challenge worth it. Before we start torturing these CPUs, let's clear up a few things. Every processor you're about to see costs under $20, which means I already had them lying around. I didn't go out and buy new ones just for this video, so if your favorite CPU or game doesn't make an appearance, please forgive me. Alright, with all the disclaimers out of the way, let's fire them up and see what happens. Since these CPUs don't share the same socket, I had to prepare 3 different motherboards to cover all 7 of them. The shared components will stay the same across every test to keep things fair. Here's the setup I'll be using. GPU GTX 1060, 3GB. RAM, 16GB total, a mix of ECC and standard DDR3 depending on the platform. Storage, a 500GB SATA 3 drive. Power supply, 700 watts. Now, Fortnite is a pretty CPU-heavy game. It handles physics, AI bots, and logic calculations for up to 100 players in a single match. So the CPU's main job here is to keep the frame rate stable. We're not chasing the highest FPS numbers here. Instead, we'll focus on how stable each CPU can keep the game running. We'll be testing these CPU from the cheapest all the way up to the most expensive one in the lineup. Our first contestant today is the mighty, or maybe not so mighty, Pentium G3240. This little guy cost me just $2.60. Basically the price of a cup of gas station coffee. Released back in 2014, it's a dual-core chip with no hyper-threading, no fancy boost clock, and honestly, no business running modern games. But hey, at least it exists. If you've ever wondered what bare minimum performance looks like, this CPU is here to show you exactly that. It won't win any benchmarks, but if it can boot Fortnite and not immediately burst into tears, I'll call that a victory. All of these tests are done at low settings to keep things fair, and to see how much performance we can really squeeze out of these budget CPUs. Threads, the average frame rate came in at around 44 FPS. During calm moments or simple scenes, the game felt somewhat stable, but as soon as the character started sprinting or picking up items, the CPU simply couldn't keep up. And that's where the lag and stutters began. Overall, the experience was pretty rough. Next up, we've got something a little stronger, and when I say a little, I mean it, because compared to that poor Pentium, this one actually knows what multitasking is. Say hello to the Intel Core i3-4130, a true budget legend that cost me about $3. It's a dual-core, 4-thread chip from 2013. Basically what you'd find inside an office PC that just refused to die. But for its time, this was mid-range power, and even today, it still puts up a fight in lighter games. So let's see how this $3 warrior performs when dropped into Fortnite. Just like the G3240, the Core i3-4130 was also running at full load, 100% almost the entire time. Its clock speed stayed near the limit at around 3.39 GHz. Power draw reached about 29 watts, and the temperature settled around 47 degrees Celsius. In terms of performance, the frame rate had some noticeable ups and downs, hitting as high as 70 frames per second and dropping as low as 30 frames per second in heavier moments. There was a slight stutter when breaking structure, but nothing major. And surprisingly, even during combat, when the FPS dropped to around 40, the game didn't freeze or hang, which is actually pretty impressive for a $3 CPU. This next chip might look familiar, because yes, the Intel Xeon E5-1650 V2 has made a comeback from one of my previous videos. I picked it up for just $7.50 on eBay, and despite being over a decade old, it still carries that unmistakable workstation attitude. 6 cores, 12 threads, and a base clock that already sounds promising. It's big, it's power hungry, and honestly, it feels like it has something to prove. So, what happens when we drop this old beast back into the battlefield of Fortnite? Well, Well, let's just say you might be surprised. The overall experience with this $7.50 Xeon was honestly impressive. Gameplay stayed smooth and consistent. Even during combat or while building, there were no sudden drops or annoying stutters. It's not a high-end experience, but it feels steady, responsive, and surprisingly comfortable to play on. For casual gamers, students, or anyone just looking to enjoy Fortnite without spending big, this chip delivers way more than you'd expect for the price. At $7.50, it's hard not to call this one a total win. Now moving on to the Xeon E5-1620 V4. This one cost me just about $6. Released in 2016, it's rocking 4 cores and 8 threads with a base clock around 3.5 GHz. Not bad at all for something that once lived inside a serious workstation. So let's fire it up, drop into Fortnite, and see how this $6 Xeon holds its ground. Now onto the Xeon E5-1620 V4, a 4-core, 8-thread chip that really surprised me. Gameplay was incredibly smooth, easily holding over 100 frames per second when standing still or exploring. Even during close-range fights with tons of effects and animations on screen, the FPS only dropped to about 90, then bounced right back up to 100 almost instantly. For a $9 CPU, that kind of stability is impressive. Honestly, what more could you ask for at this price? Alright, time for something a little different. This isn't your grandpa's Xeon. This is the Xeon E3-1220 V6, and it cost me about $8.80. Released in 2017, it's one of the newer chips in this lineup. Built on Intel's Kaby Lake architecture, with 4 strong cores, no hyper-threading, but solid single-core performance that still matters for gaming. Compared to the older Xeons, this one feels a bit more modern, a bit more snappy, like a retired office worker who still hits the gym 3 times a week. So, let's drop it into Fortnite and see if this $8 powerhouse can flex its muscles. The Xeon E3-1220 V6 ran close to full load, with the clock speed holding steady at 3.3 GHz and temperatures around 51 degrees Celsius. In Fortnite, the experience was surprisingly smooth, averaging over 100 FPS most of the time. During intense fights or building moments, frames could dip to around 60, but it recovered instantly to the 90s without freezing or major lag. For a $9 CPU, that's genuinely impressive, and it's not perfect, but the overall experience feels far better than the price would ever suggest. This one's a bit different. The Intel Core i5-4590 isn't here to prove anything. It already did years ago. Back in 2014, it powered countless budget gaming PCs, and even now it still feels reliable. 4 cores, 4 threads, and that classic "it just works" vibe. Let's drop it into Fortnite and see if this old legend still has a little fight left. The Intel Core i5-4590 still delivers a surprisingly playable experience. Frame rates hover around 70 frames per second, sometimes climbing to 100 and can dip just below 50 in heavy fights. But the game stays smooth and responsive the whole time. At $10, this chip remains a smart, budget-friendly pick in 2025. And finally, the last one. The strongest and also the most expensive chip in this lineup. Meet the Xeon E3-1241 V3, coming in at $18. Released in 2014, it packs 4 cores and 8 threads, and was once considered server-grade power for professionals. Now it's time to see if this $18 beast can still dominate the battlefield of Fortnite in 2025. The Xeon E3-1241 V3 was released around the same time as the G3240, but its performance is on a completely different level. For an 11-year-old chip, it delivered an impressive 100 frames per second, and even during gunfights it stayed close to 80 frames per second. Smooth, stable, and absolutely worth the $18 it cost. And that wraps up today's lineup of budget CPUs. Thanks so much for watching all the way through. Your support means a lot. If you enjoyed this, don't forget to leave a like and subscribe. I'll see you tomorrow with another fun test and a brand new challenge.